please present us a little bit how the idea of role play came up to you and how you met your colleagues in Brussels.
Okay, so yes, this is a great opportunity that we are here for this role play game in the European Parliament's event. The idea of role playing as members of the European Parliament or as members of the European Council came when we have received the stagiaires and the trainees coming with the preparation of the textbooks that they have been reading at the universities or at the high school. And we realized that actually the relation to real life of the textbook is quite far away. So that they need to realize the experience of the real life and workings and functionings of the European institutions. And at that point, we have been looking for what we should emulate, what we should simulate, what would give this experience to the students. And it turned out that actually we have normally a 2-day-long simulation, one day when we do the European Council, which is working on the proposal of the European Commission, that's what we do. Then the members of the Council are the players. And the next day, they change the clothes, they change the hat, and they became members of the European Parliament, and they negotiate on the proposal of the Council that they did yesterday, the day before. So, like that, first they can also experience each institution, and they can see also the, let's say, the fluctuations between these institutions, and at least have a glance at the legal process decision making, how it should be going. And of course, they realize that it's not the plenary debate, but more the corridors and the legal corners of the building, which are the most important parts for making the deals.
I see. Do you have any common issues which are debated on these role plays?
Actually, we try to be as actual as possible. When we were starting in 2007, then it was the midterm review of the multi-annual financial framework, but we had already discussions on the roaming fees, we had discussions on CO2 emission, we had discussions on several topics. Right now, which is going on in the room is a digital review, which is about the protection of the personal data, but at the same time we have a climate negotiation, 2 floors downstairs. So the thing is that we try to find topics that we can measure at the end. So we try to give priorities to each political group in which the players are distributed more proportionately, and then we can measure at the end of the day when they adopt the text or the proposition that they have been working for hours and hours, that we can tell, okay, you got most of the priorities adopted by the whole plenary, so you were the cleverest guy to make your deals.
How often do you have debates or such trainings, and how many participants have you got normally?
Well, the game is playable between 20 and 100 participants. We have been expecting here also the same range, so we have smaller games and bigger games. We have been active with more than 1,000 players in the last year, so I would say that we have an experience of now more than 1,000 players, which is quite enough. In a semester, because we usually play, of course, with university students, we have 4 to 7 games depending on how international they are, because once we have already played in Brussels, or at least 3 times in Brussels, but once in London, once in France, and we really like when this is getting international, because when you have the students coming from several member states, that is the real simulation of how different cultures try to negotiate between the chairs and corridors, their little package deals.
Have you ever tried to work...
Sorry for it. I apologize. I hope you can edit it, but it's critical.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Kém az a papír, ami rajta vannak a kaják, mert mindenki éhezik, és a papírt követelik rajta. Szóval nálad van az a papír, 90 szendvics, meg
Táskámban van bent.
És ez hol van?
Itt, ha bemész, rögtön azon az ajtón, ott a leghátsósorban az én táskámban.
Okay, I'm getting you the paper. A másik dolog pedig az, hogy lassan le kell mennünk, lezárni.
Tudom, azért gyorsan is felkapnak helyet dolgokat.
Egy perc van még?
Szerintem egy igen.
Egy perc. Egy utolsó.
He's getting the paper.
So just one last question. Have you ever worked with adults during these role plays, or just students? Or are you planning to work with them?
Yes, the idea is that we can enlarge the target, because the skills that you can gain from such a negotiation, especially I guess in the new member states, are still lacking a lot. That means that we have been offering this game to multinationals, And at some points we had some intervention. Mostly they come as jury members because they are a bit afraid. But yes, we definitely want to have, I would say, business partners in that as well. So it's not uniquely for students, but of course to understand how decisions made in the EU is also very important for those people who are actually having their activity every day influenced by the decisions made here, which is the business and also the civil partners.
Thank you very much for your answers.
Thank you.